Alright, this is Trade Recap 3. So, to get started off today, sorry for the late post, by the way, if anyone's staying and watching all my videos. My first video, I recorded this morning right before my school started, but because I have online periods, but so I go in a little later. But I forgot to record the audio, so I had to delete that, and now I'm making a new trade recap. So today, I noticed we have a lot of strong draws on liquidity up high. Like there's like Asia and London highs. They're like equal highs up there. Pretty strong draw on liquidity, but I like there was a lot of liquidity resting below too, like the daily fair value gap, and that I think it's a new week opening gap. But there's like that gap. I don't know. It's not a fair value gap, but if you can see that where my mouse is right there, those gaps are really strong draws on liquidity. I thought we'd go down, sweep all of this before we go up higher. So I had a pretty bearish bias going in, which is why I took the trade that I said not to take yesterday. So basically, off market open, I shorted because there was a 1 minute fair value gap that we tapped into. Here, hold up. Let me skip right before. All right, so there's a 1 minute fair value gap right there at about like the 80 level, 480 level around there. So I set a limit there to sell. Let's see, right there. Yep. And then I think I set my risk and profit thing, but I forgot to like automatically apply whatever. So I enter the trade, and I don't have a stop loss, so it goes to 385. I'm used to like a $200. You risking like $200. I don't like risking big, which is why I shouldn't have been taking this trade in the first place, because market open tends to kind of like chop in one direction, then it just rallies to wherever. So basically, it did exactly what I said yesterday. Why didn't it just take yesterday's short? I think it was a short. It's because I'm scared of it just like going up, stopping me out, then going down, and it happened. I panicked because I didn't have a stop loss, and I saw like it was just way too much money. I would like I wasn't willing to risk that much money, so I I just closed it, and then it ended up going down right after that. So unfortunate, but it's unfortunate, but it's whatever. We learn from our mistakes, like I always say. And let's see. All right, yeah, so it just keeps going down. And then that orange level, by the way, is just a order block within this daily fair value gap. It was kind of stupid. I shouldn't have placed a limit there because if you were on the charts this morning, we had a very strong move, like a lot of strong moves down. So I should not have expected a reversal that early. I should have waited a little bit longer. But in hindsight, I should not have taken that trade. But it's not a trade I'm proud of. It was not a good setup. It was not A plus. But I took it anyways. I got stopped out immediately, and then we just kept rallying down. And I regretted not just staying in my first position, but I'm trying my best. It's not good for my psychology, so I'm trying my best to just learn from my mistakes instead of just, holding on to it and regretting it. I just gotta learn to move on. Alright, so I just marked out that fair value gap. I didn't expect much from it though, because we were still moving down pretty strong. And then so I think I sold right here because we had a strong reaction off this first fair value gap, this 1 minute fair value gap. I should have stuck with it, but as soon as I saw some profit, it's the same problem I always have that I'm trying to work on. As soon as I see profit, I just don't want to risk the trade anymore, so I moved my stop to break even without any reason. Like I should have a reason, like if it makes new high, new low, whatever, then I can make it to break even, but I just got scared after seeing my trade in profit. And if I just kept it, I would have hit this TP, 1,400 right there. That wick low over there. I would have hit that TP, but after it moved down, I moved my stop to break even. stopped me out, and it wouldn't have stopped me out if I just kept my stop loss where it was, but I was dumb. I made that mistake. Ended up dumping the rest of the day or whatever, but here, let me see. There was so many opportunities for more trades. I didn't take it because I was locked out. So, yeah, but here, let me see. Yeah, I think this is where I was, right? So this is where it cut off. So it kept coming down. Let's see. It would have hit my 1,400. It would have hit my TP. And then here, this was a really good trade you could have taken. You could have taken a long. So it was like the same thing I've been doing the past. You could see in the past trade recaps. So there's a 1 minute fair value gap right there. And then over here, you see there's this bearish candle, and then this bullish candle closes above the opening price. So that just creates a CISD. And then here, and then this opening price right here at 307, or the opening price over here at 311, actually 311. The opening price, it's gonna come down and retest that opening price. So I think it's like right over here. So boom, this was a good setup. Inversion, CISD, and then 10-point stop. Let's see, just like that, whatever. So boom, so enter right here, and you could have targeted. If you just want to play it safe, I think here, what do I have? This 311, right? 311. You could have just made 1,000 just putting it like at this first high right here. All right, right here you would have made 1,000. That's already good on one contract. Or you could have aimed for this high, depending on how much you're willing to risk. This high over here, you can aim for this fair value gap right here. I'd try to take one of these, like either this high or this high, because it's risky if you just go any higher, because all these fair value gaps, it could just gives more chances for price to reverse back down. So it might be better to take your profits out like at one of these highs, internal highs I think they're called. But if you're taking with like more contracts like micros, or you're taking like multiple minis, then you can like maybe aim for like this high over here. Even though it didn't get hit, you could like take partials at the fair value gap at this high, whatever, and then just like set a trailing stop. So that'll be better for your risk. But other than that, that was a really good setup you could have taken. There was a lot of inversion setups you could have taken. You could have taken one right here, the inverse, boom, inversion. You could have just taken a trade right here. Although, like, at the time, if you didn't see the rest of this price action, and if you just aim for like a 1-to-1, it would have been risking like a lot. Like that would have been like 1,000 risk. I wouldn't be willing to risk all that. Usually after an inversion like this, like this is 2 in the premium, I think that's what it's called. I would wait for it to retrace back into like a fair value gap, or like the opening price of, if there was a CIC or whatever, but there wasn't any of that. It just kept on going up. I wouldn't have taken that trade. I think this trade, the first trade I mentioned over here, that would have been really good. The CISD, retest of the opening price, and then targeting any fair value gaps or internal highs or whatever. And after that, I didn't really read too much. I kind of got off the charts after that. So far, just like this part. Shorts, the shorts off market open would have been, it was kind of a gamble. It was very risky, but it's all good. But this trade was a pretty good setup. So I would have taken this trade. I'm not proud of those trades, but if I took this trade, I would not have regretted it, excuse me. But yeah. That's all for this video. I hope you guys learned something. Hopefully you guys learn from my mistakes instead of having to make them on your own. But yeah, I probably missed something, but it's whatever. Alright, I'll see you guys next video. I might not be posting a trade recap tomorrow because I might have to go to school a little bit earlier, so I might have to miss market open, but we'll see. Alright, see ya.